Greetings, gamer guys and gals, and welcome to part 15 of my Let's Play Pokemon Colosseum. We just got done with most of the Mount Battle in this story. As I said last episode, we only have to go through the first 10 areas in Mount Battle. Thank goodness. In the story, that is. We will have to revisit this later because I am intending on getting the full game completed. I've already decided exactly how I'm going to go through with that, but we're not going to worry about it at this moment. I thought it would be right of me to tell you what you get from doing so. You get a singular item that was mentioned last episode in the story beats with Senilor and the Time Flute. You get one Time Flute. There are 3 Time Flutes in this game. One is obtained by getting to floor 100 of Mount Battle in the story. What the Time Flutes do, we will have to see soon. And I'll let you know when we find out, because we'll be finding out together. It's truly not worth it. Unless you're truly wanting to get some of the things with coupons like we were talking about last episode. We should be able to check it out after we fight Dakim today, which, by the way, is in Area 10, just after this Cipher Peon, and he's looking quite menacing. His back sprite kind of makes him look like he's some kind of macho sumo wrestler fighter kind of guy, even though he definitely doesn't look like the stereotypical sumo wrestler. He definitely has that position like, oh, I'm coming at ya. So, without further ado, let us move forward. Fine. After all the persuading I did, you still won't hand it over? Humph. This is what happens to stubborn oafs who don't do as I say. And he just knocks him out. You treacherous swine! How could you refuse to battle? Treacherous! You didn't really think that a worm like you could win. All you had to do was hand over the Time Flute without making a fuss. It's your own fault for getting hurt. Since you're not cooperating, I don't have any choice but to haul you off to Ein's lab. Huh? Who are you? What were my underlings doing? That outfit of yours. You must be the troublemaker who messed with Scrub in Celebi's forest. And now you've come to mess with me, the great Dakim? Don't make me laugh. I'll pound a lesson into your flesh and bones, so you'll never even think of bothering me again. He even does the stomp. He even does the stomp. Cipher admin Dakim would like to battle. And he sends out Metang and Golem. Alright, so the big, I want to say, strategy of Dakim, we're going to see on turn 1, he loves a certain move. I think he's going to use that certain move with Metang, and he's going to do something else quite interesting with his other Pokemon. So we're going to actually just use Surf. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He used Protect with 1. It's kind of a toss-up who he's going to use Protect with first. That's why I had to use Surf anyway. Let's see. Oh! Really? What is going on here? Is it because he knows that it wouldn't be effective? Alright, so Dakim's special strategy that he uses in this battle is, simply put... very simply put, I'm actually going to use Amnesia, because he's got some special attackers that Psychic did a pretty decent amount of damage. So his strategy is to use Earthquake spam. And all of his Pokemon have both Earthquake and Protect on their movesets, from what I recall. I don't know for an absolute fact, but I'm pretty sure that all of them have Earthquake and Protect, except for one later on. That's actually kind of unfortunate that special defense fell. We're going to heal up Quagsire because he's going to be very necessary in this fight. Let's see. Bubble Beam on Metang. You know, I actually think it would be better if we used an item. Alright, we're going to use a Super Potion on you. And then with Quagsire's move, we're going to use Surf. Alright, so yeah, Earthquake. He's going to basically almost kill his Marshtomp. A critical hit. Thank you. Well, Quagsire's gone. That's kind of unfortunate. But, oh well. Now, he's big on the ground move, so a good idea is actually to use Espeon's Reflect. Very good idea. And there's other Pokemon in this that do have Reflect, so you're not limited to just that. But we are going to definitely use Reflect. We need it. We need it badly. I don't know exactly how they changed Reflect based on this gen to other gens, but I know that Reflect in this gen, or at least from what I understand of Reflect, it actually is less effective in a double battle than it is in a single battle. So, it's still effective. You're still reducing the damage you take. Like, that would have done basically double the damage. Almost. Alright, so let's use another Bubble Beam here and a Confusion here. And my Mantine is the fastest on the field, which is actually kind of odd. Alright, your Metang is gone. And he sends out Camerupt. We'll be able to take out that Camerupt next turn in one shot, as long as he doesn't use Protect on it. Marshtomp is gone. I kind of wish that Mantine had Surf, so that I could use Helping Hand and just blast away with Surfs. I was going to do that with Quagsire, but I wasn't expecting him to be defeated so soon. Alright, so we are on her last two Pokemon of Dakim's team. As you can kind of tell, I kind of blew through this team taking very little casualties. And the reason why is because I started out with two really good matchup Pokemon. His team is all fire and ground and, you know, based when it comes to attack and whatnot. He does have, obviously, Metang, who's Steel. But he's big on the whole Earthquake Protect spam. It's very likely that if Entei comes out and he has any other Pokemon left, he will still Earthquake spam, and Entei is not following this trend. Entei does not have Earthquake. I don't even think he can get Earthquake at this gen. That's a good question. He does not have Protect. He does not have any way to avoid this, and because he's a Fire type, he's weak to those moves, and it's kind of silly that he'll still spam that move. I've seen him in runs kill his own Entei on the field. So, back to what was going on last episode. I said that I was purposely not going to catch Entei here. I want to catch Entei at a later point in the story. I don't need him. He's not going to be on my team at this current time, and I will get a chance to catch him later in the story with the mindset of what I'm going to use him for later. So it's not that big a deal that I'm going to be missing out on him. If you want to catch him, I would strongly recommend Ultra Balls. They're the best ball that you can pick up at this moment. I believe they're the best ball in the Ore region that is easily obtainable and readily available, because obviously the Master Ball is just the best. We're going to go ahead and use Bubble Beam on Camerupt. And Confusion on Entei, I guess? Yeah, that's not surprising that he did that much damage, because Entei is an extremely strong physical attacker for at least this period in the series. Alright, Camerupt is gone. I was entirely expecting that. I think what we're going to do here is we're actually going to switch out Espeon because she's obviously going to get targeted with Shadow Rush or something. And, you know, just taken out. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and use Bubble Beam. And let's bring out... Umbreon sounds like a safe bet. Reflect is still up too, which is great. So Umbreon, he's most likely going to get targeted. He's going to get attacked first because Entei is the quickest. Oh, Bite. Interesting. Instead of Shadow Rush. Not only is it not very effective, but even though it's a special move, Umbreon has more special defense than physical. Bubble Beam. Alright, Bubble Beam again, and let's use Bite, actually. Fire Blast. Ooh. So we've basically seen almost all of Entei's moves that he has on his set right now. We've seen Fire Blast, we've seen Shadow Rush, we've seen Bite. He only has one more move that we haven't seen. I don't recall exactly what it is, but we're not going to have to worry about it at this current time. Player defeated Cipher admin Dakim. Gwa, you meddlesome pest! The way you handled those Pokémon with your audacious skill. Who are you? Master Dakim! Ah, Scrub! You were hopelessly outclassed against him. You had zero chance of winning. I'm pulling out for now. You go to Ein's lab and help out there. As you wish, sir. This isn't over yet. Stronger Pokemon are being made even now. You'd better get serious about training your Pokemon for our next meeting. And then he flies off. Nobody knows where he goes. Alright, so... Wes, there's something on the ground. We found one F disc, sorry. That will become apparent as to its use soon. Ow, that wasn't an experience I'd ever want to have again. I'm glad you came to my rescue. Thank you. I'm Vander. I'm an area leader here at Mount Battle. I'm Rui, and this is Wes. We're glad to see you. Rui explained everything that had happened to Vander. What you've told me explained a lot. Thanks to you, I know exactly why they attacked us. This is the Time Flute. I happened to find it while I was on my training trek. It said that the Time Flute will summon Celebi, but just once. There must be something about Celebi that frightens them. They obviously don't want Celebi to encounter Shadow Pokemon. But let's not spend any more time here. Let's go back. But here, I want you to have this. Wes obtained the Time Flute. But, are you certain? May we really have something this precious? Of course you may. I'd rather have you use that Time Flute than have those crooks take it by force. Use it, and save the Shadow Pokemon from their sinister plans. We'll do just that. Wes found one TM47, which is... I don't recall, but we will find out. Steel Wing. This is actually very pertinent for me later on. So I'm glad we're getting... I mean, it doesn't matter when we got it, because we aren't going to need it for quite a while. Thank you! You saved Vander, didn't you? When training is resumed on Mount Battle, I'll be busy exchanging coupons. I'd better be ready. Alright, so we can exchange. The prize list is... you can get TM29, which is Psychic. TM13, which is Ice Beam. TM24, Thunderbolt. TM35, Flamethrower. TM32, illusory copies to enhance evasiveness. This is double team, isn't it? Ah, that's interesting because I thought we got double team elsewhere, unless this is a duplicate. I know that. Well, I believe that you can buy these more than once. I don't know for a fact, but these are actually worth it. The rest of these, like for instance, the Ganlon berry, the Salak berry, the Pitaya berry, apricot berry, all these things are kind of not that great. I would love actually to have the bright powder, the King's Rock, the choice band would be great. The quick claw and the leftovers, but grinding as many points as we would need to get these, it would honestly take you, I believe, multiple runs through the whole of Mount Battle. It's not feasible that you're going to get it. If I'm not mistaken, going through Mount Battle once, all 100 floors, gives you 14,950 points and coupons. Wow. So that means some of these things that require 15,000 points would take you more than a run. If I wanted to get every last one of these things, including the scope lens, actually, I'd love that too. We're talking that's 40,000, that's 50,000, that's 60,000. That means that we would have to beat Mount Battle 4.2 times. That's incredible, and it's just not worth it. Now, it is viable for you to get all these TMs, though, through one run. Or, well, it's actually going to be a little bit over a run, but at least the TMs you would want. Honestly, it's a shame. This is something that should be fixed, changed, replaced, updated, I don't know. Whenever they do get around to making a remake, if they do, of this game. All right, let's go ahead and heal on up. After we heal up, we'll go ahead and save. Saving to the memory card and slotty. All right. We have pretty much done everything here in the story sense. Our next place of travel, we're actually going to go back to Agate Village. Alright, so we do have a time flute. Oh, Rui, I heard there was a big commotion on Mount Battle. Egan's worried sick about you. Quick, hurry home and reassure him that you're safe and sound. We sure will do that, old feller. Oh, we actually have a story here. It's time for the news. According to authorities, there is a criminal syndicate that is seeking world domination. It is thought to be linked to the rash of reports from various regions about vicious Pokémon. We hope to bring you additional info on this story as we learn more. Ah, Rui and Wes, it's good to see you back. So how goes it? Have you trounced the Cretans that raided Mount Battle? Yes, we have. I expected nothing less of my own granddaughter, and, of course, Wes. I see. So Vander conferred the Time Flute upon you. Then what are you waiting for? Depart for the Relic Forest and summon Celebi at once. I wonder what will happen. I find it quite exciting. Ah, yes, there's something I'd forgotten. Wes, may I have the number of your PD thing? Wes gave the PDA number to Egan. Good. I'll try to reach you at this number if anything happens. This makes us pen pals. Ho 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 ho. Pen pals. All right, we're going to go ahead and leave to Relic Forest. And actually, we're going to do so Surprising. Well, maybe not surprisingly to some, if you have kind of an inclination of how valuable the Time Flute is. I will not be using the Time Flute right now. Because I'm not going to be getting the third one from beating Mount Battle, I'm only going to have 2 in this story. I already know which Pokemon I'm going to use them on. Kind of doesn't matter what you do, to be honest. All it's going to do is immediately help in whatever aspect. Ah, Wes and Rui too. I'm glad to see that you're okay. Wait, could it be? Isn't that the Time Flute? They say that you can call Celebi using that Time Flute. But I've heard that you can call Celebi only once. I would be careful using the Time Flute if I were you. I love when the story kind of does this. He's not even a character you need to talk to. I initiated that conversation. But he is emphasizing the fact that it's a valuable item. Wes found an Ein file. Ein File C is written on the file's cover. Read it? Of course. Celebi's power. The purification of shadow Pokemon has several factors. Celebi appears to have the power to boost the purification process. If a shadow Pokemon encounters a Celebi, it recalls how its heart was before being closed and reverts to its original form. The Relic Stone of Agate Village also appears to have the power to complete the purification process. These factors must be eliminated if our Shadow Pokemon plan is to succeed. Shadow Pokemon Lab Chief, Ein. Alright, so if we, the Relic Stone is glowing. Whenever the Relic Stone glows, that means you actually have the ability to use the Relic Stone. And as that Ein file was suggesting, we can purify Shadow Pokemon. What this does is turn Pokemon back to normal and allow you to trade them to other games, because you cannot trade a Shadow Pokemon out of Colosseum. It makes sense why you can't, because it's a mechanic that never once appeared outside of the Ore games. This is both beneficial and harmful, so be careful. Shadow Pokemon get the benefits of Shadow Rush. If you have a strong physical attacker and you like that move, lower their heart gauge and keep it. Shadow Rush will be very powerful on certain physical type moves. Like, for instance, Entei. I'm telling you right now, whatever Entei gets as his 4th move to replace Shadow Rush isn't worth Shadow Rush. He is strong enough at level 40 to be viable and useful for most of the game, and he is a strong physical attacker who's basically going to get his full use out of Shadow Rush. If you have the desire to use Entei, I would probably hold off on purifying him, even if you're going to use him as a candidate for the Time Flute, as I usually do. The reality is that there's benefits and negatives to Shadow Pokemon, and benefits and negatives to regular Pokemon in these games. What I would just suggest is that you purify whatever normal Pokemon you're using, especially Pokemon that don't need, particularly Shadow Rush itself. Like, for instance, Mantine. I'm using Mantine. I would never keep Shadow Rush on this Pokemon. Alright, let's go ahead and see what's going on here. There's a Pokemon that may open the door to its heart. I don't think Mantine... Yeah, not quite yet. Quagsire's there, and so is Bayleaf, though. I believe Slugma is there, too. Quagsire opened the door to its heart and regained the move Mudshot. Quagsire regained 11,772 EXP points. So, this is just as and off to the fact that I told you earlier in this Let's Play, you do gain EXP with your Pokemon, Shadow or not. In this game, it's not broken or anything, and you get it all in one big, load, which is really cool. Something that doesn't really happen with other Pokemon games. Again, this is just breaking more series norms. So let's see how much that gives him. Elevated to level 31. Level 32. Level 33. Obtained a ribbon. would you like to give a nickname to Quagsire? I was going to give nicknames to my Pokemon through, for instance, like subscribers or um, comment section folks. But the problem is that I'm making these Let's Play recordings many weeks in advance. One of these times, I would like to go on and maybe stream or make a Let's Play where I'm basically doing it weekly and then ask people. But for the time being, because of the structure of my recording and because I want to be punctual with my content, I think we're just going to skip out on nicknames. Unless you have a specific request, I would be more than willing to oblige. All right, Bayleaf. Regain the move Sunny Day. Now you have a Sunny Day using Bayleaf, which is good if Bayleaf had Chlorophyll or if Bayleaf had Solar Beam. Now you do get the TM for Solar Beam in this game, I believe, through one of the Colosseum challenges. But using it on Bayleaf, no, thank you. Level 31, 32, 33. Bayleaf is evolving. Now we get to see the coveted evolution animations for the Ori region, which, by the way, in my opinion, are some of the best. I love this. The screen is awesome. Now we have ourselves a Meganium. Meganium obtained a ribbon. No, we are not going to nickname Meganium. Yeah, we do not have any more Pokemon immediately in our party that can be purified, but we're actually going to be switching out Quagsire for Slugma in our party. And we're going to be purifying him. So I'm going to cut to that. I'll see you then. All right, and I'm back. So not only did we get Slugma, we also got we did some item management. I had a Pokemon with Poison Barb, Quillfish in my Pokemon storage that I took out, took that item off of him, and I also sold all my individual status healing items and just got full heals, and also deposited some items as well, just making inventory space more manageable because, unlike modern games, you do have a limit to the number of things you can have in your inventory, and I do not know what that is. And you kind of don't want to be in the middle of the field or a dungeon and open up a box and not be able to actually take the item. So I did some purchasing, got some more hyper and super potions and revives for any dungeons that we might have coming up, and prepared us for next episodes coming along, But without further ado, let us go ahead and purify our last currently available to be purified Pokemon, Slugma. Slugma opened the door to its heart and regained the move Sunny Day. So now we have two Pokemon on our team with Sunny Day. We definitely don't want to keep Sunny Day on both of them, per se. On Slugma, it makes a bit more sense. He did also get a lot of experience points, 13,000. No nickname for you. Alrighty. So as we see here, this is pretty much our team for the time being. And it is pretty much like our actual team. I have a grass type, a fire type, a water type, a technical, two technical flying types. One of them is going to be a dragon. And then I've got the Dark and Psychic type Umbreon and Espeon. This is basically going to be my team. Now, there's going to be some variations. I might change some things here and there before we get to the point at which I'll make my second team. When I do make the second team, though, a lot of people might find it kind of odd that I would be doing that because of the sense that, like, am I really going to need a second team? The answer is no, I don't need one. However, what I will say is this. For the amount of grinding I'm going to be doing with the second team and how difficult Mount Battle is in the battle mode compared to the story mode, it's leagues and bounds different. I am going to need a much stronger team and much stronger Pokemon than this in order to get through that. So, in all reality, it doesn't make sense now, but it makes sense then. A post game team that can more reliably handle the Pokemon you are going to be fighting in Mount Battle in the battle mode is actually very important. Now, you can do it with any Pokemon in this game if you're willing to grind a bit, if you're willing to maximize min-max move sets and stuff like that. You can even do stuff like buying the proteins and the vitamins and stuff like that. You can really get it down to like a science with this Pokemon in general, this Pokemon game in general. However, I think it's just more prudent to go with the stronger Pokemon that I will be using. The Pokemon that I will be using are basically going to be very competitively viable, at least for this time in the series, and they're going to have very competitively viable team structure. Um, and synergies, as well as being able to flip things on the fly. Because I am going to have a team that basically utilizes every single form of weather, for instance. Um, and the reason for that is because Mount Battle is a slog. Let alone, not only is Mount Battle a slog, it is something that you have to be prepared for. You have to be capable of tackling all the issues that it's going to bring to you. And you have to have the ability to, on the fly, say, well, I need this team, I need that team, if you want to fully take advantage and kind of just like roll on through it, because I want to roll on through it. Mount Battle is, again, 100 floors, 100 trainers, and each one in the battle mode has a fair bit of Pokemon with some good strategies, and each area leader, which there are 10, have their own competitively viable teams for their area and have their own strategies as well. The final stretch of battles, like the last, I'd say 20 battles, are insane. You fight legendary Pokemon out the wazoo. Some of them are way stronger than anything you can get in this game, period. So it is, I think, a very good idea to do that. Do I need to explain this? Absolutely not, because again, like I said earlier in this Let's Play, this is my run. I can do it however I please. But I'm explaining it to you for the edification of the viewer, just in case you want to follow along. Um, you want to play, you want to go ahead and do the same things, or you want to get prepared to complete this game. I plan on fully completing this game. So there is that as well. But as for that, that basically concludes episode 15 of this Let's Play Pokemon Colosseum. I'm so very thankful for all of you joining, for any likes and subscribes and shares that you would give. I appreciate it all, and I cannot wait to further this journey with the rest of you in Pokemon Colosseum. Until that time, I'll see you next time.